Next, chapter 2, an introduction to Adobe PageMaker. Okay, in this chapter, we are going to learn about what is desktop publishing, how to create a document using PageMaker, how to create text blocks, how to change text block size, inserts text from another software, how to use frames to hold the text in the place using the text blocks. These are the topics we are going to cover in this chapter. So first one is desktop publishing. Desktop publishing. We hear that and see the term desktop publishing a lot these days. What do you mean by desktop publishing and what does it make? Desktop publishing is abbreviated as DTP. You would have heard about DTP work. So it is nothing but desktop publishing. Desktop publishing is otherwise known as DTP. In short form, it is known as DTP. It's the creation of page layouts for the documents using the DTP software. What is desktop publishing? Answer for this is desktop publishing is the creation of page layouts for documents using DTP software. Okay. Today there are several desktop publishing softwares available in the market. Some of the popular DTP softwares are Adobe PageMaker, Adobe InDesign, Adobe Quick Express, etc. These are the topics that are available for page, DTP work. So these are the topics related to desktop publishing. Next, introduction to Adobe PageMaker. We are going to see about the Adobe PageMaker version is 7.0. Okay, this version is not supported for Windows 7, 8, and even Windows 10. But early versions of Windows is supported by Adobe PageMaker. So Adobe PageMaker is a page layout software. Adobe PageMaker is a page layout software. So one more question. Yeah, can be asked as 2 mark or 1 mark. It is used to design and produce documents. Uses of Adobe PageMaker that can be printed. You can create anything from simple business card to large books like visiting cards, posters, etc. You can create all these using Adobe PageMaker. Page layout software includes tools that allow to easily position text and graphics on the document pages. Easily position text and graphics. Okay. These are the main functionalities of the PageMaker software. For example, using PageMaker, you can create a newsletter that includes articles and pictures on each page you can place. So these are various softwares. This one is Adobe PageMaker, and this is Adobe InDesign, and this is Quick Express. All the softwares are paid softwares which we have to pay for full-time access. Next, pictures and text next to each other, on the top of each other, or beside each other, wherever you want them to go. So next one is how we are going to open a page maker. Opening a page maker. Okay. In this Windows 7 operating system, we can open Adobe Page Maker using the following sequence. By using Start, All Programs. In this, you have to select Adobe. In that Adobe, you will see PageMaker 7.0, and in that, you can access to Adobe PageMaker 7.0. When you click Adobe PageMaker 7.0, this window will appear. Okay, look at the look here. name of the software, Adobe PageMaker, and its version is given. These are the operations that we can be performed. So look out the layout. We will see what the functionalities of each layout. Okay. Next, once we have opened, we need to create a new document. Creating a new document. For creating a new document, you have to choose File, New. Where is File? Look here. You have to click File. In this, you have to click New File. Or simply you can press Ctrl N. File, New File. Or simply you can create using Ctrl plus N. These are the two ways to create a new document. Now, the document setup dialog box appears. Enter the appropriate setting for your document in the document setup dialog and click OK. So, once the dialog box appears like this we call it as document setup. You have to select the size of your document and its dimension in inches or in centimeter. Orientation, like tall means portrait, wide means landscape. Portrait, landscape. Whether you're going to print in double-sided or single-sided like that. Number of pages you are going to create. If it is one, just click one, or if you have 10 pages, you have to mention it is 10. And mentioning the margins for that page you are going to create. A resolution of your target output is 300 dpi. If there is printer available, you can also select the printer in which you are going to print. Okay, and you have to press OK finally. Now, a new document called Untitled 1 opens on the screen. A document page is displayed within a dark border. The area outside the dark border is referred to as pasteboard. And this is important, one more question. Outside dark border is called as pasteboard. Anything that is placed completely in the pasteboard is not visible when you print on the document. Uh, Placed on pasteboard is not visible when you print. You can use the pasteboard to temporarily hold elements. Pasteboard is used to temporarily hold elements while designing your document. So we have learned a new term here, that is pasteboard. This is a 2 mark question. We have mentioned about what is pasteboard, what is its uses, and how it is used in our document creation. These are the key points we have learned here. So after giving new, it will be displayed as this. So initially you have seen Adobe PageMaker 7.0 alone, but here you can see Untitled 1, name of your document. Since you didn't save the file, it will be displayed as Untitled 1. Not only in this software, any DTP software will create a title as Untitled 1. Is it clear? When you create another page, it will be displayed as Untitled 2. It will start from 1. Okay? Then this is the title bar, as it is mentioning the title, so it is known as title bar. These are known as menu bar. These are known as menu bar. Menu bar, and yeah, it is in inches, so it is called as ruler. This is a tools box. These are tools box, and here some other tools are there. This is also known as tools box. The black border Yeah, this one is called as pasteboard. Is it clear? Outside the black border is known as pasteboard. Vertical scroll bar, horizontal scroll bar, margin. Within this margin, within this margin, you have to create your content. This is this is where you are going to do your work for a DTP. Is it clear? Horizontal scroll bar, left page, right pages, page number. Okay. The main components of PageMaker window are title bar, menu bar, toolbar, ruler, scroll bar, and text area. So title bar. First, we are going to see about the title bar. In title bar, it is the topmost part of the window. Title bar is the topmost part of the window. It shows the name of the software, and the name of the document at the left, and the control buttons to minimize, maximize, close. This one is minimize, and this is maximize, and this close. This is what they have mentioned. In title bar, we are going to have the name of the software, the name of the document, and the control buttons like minimize, maximize, and close. These are at the right side. These two are at the left. These are left side, and these three are on the right side of the document. Is it clear? Okay. We can see the name of the software at the left side. It is followed by the default name untitled one, which can be changed when we save. It can be changed when we save the document. Is it clear? Once you are going to save the document, your default name, that is untitled one, can be changed. We know that on clicking minimize button, the document window is minimized to small icon. Minimize button, on using minimize button, window is minimized, small icon, kept in the taskbar. Meaning maximize button is used to maximizing the current document. Maximizing the current document to fit the whole screen area. Close button closes the document. Closes the software. Is it clear? So title bar has five options, and name of the software, name of the file in the left side, and minimize, maximize, close on the right side. Each has its functionality. The untitled one, that is default file name, can be changed when you save the document. Is it clear? So next one is menu bar. So these are called as menu bar. Okay. It contains the following menu: file, edit, layout, type, element, utilities, view, window, and L. When you click on menu item, a pull down menu appears. There may be pull down menu appears. There may be submenus under certain options in the pull down menus. So yeah, when you click a file, you will get more pull down menus. In that, you have to select. Next one, toolbar. If you place a mouse pointer on a button in the toolbar, a short text will appear with its description called tooltip. Mouse pointer on a button in a toolbar, short text will appear. This is called as tooltip. Tooltip is nothing but what is the function of that particular toolbar. For example, this on keeping mouse pointer over here, it will give name it as say. When you keep mouse pointer over here, it will show as print. When you click keep mouse pointer here, it will show as spell check. Okay, this is known as tool tip. Okay, next toolbox. Toolbox is different from toolbar. So we will see first what is toolbar. Yeah, this one is toolbox. Text tool. This one is pointer tool. This is rotating tool, cropping tool, line tool, constraint line tool, rectangle, rectangle frame tool, e- ellipse tool, ellipse frame tool, polygon tool, polygon frame tool, and tool, and zoom tool. These are the toolbox. To move a toolbox, drag the toolbox by its title bar. Toolbox by its title bar. We have to drag the toolbox by its title bar. Select a tool from the default toolbox by clicking it. If the toolbox is not available on the screen, you can perform these steps to show the toolbox. What are the things when we have to do when it is not displayed in the default program? Click on the window menu will appear. Click on show tools. The tools box appears in the front of your document window. If you want to hide the toolbox, you can perform these steps. Window window menu will appear on the show tools. If you want to hide window hide tools to display tools box, we have to follow these steps, and to hide toolbox you have to perform these steps. 2 marks questions, or even it can be asked in 1 mark. Okay. The keyboard shortcuts to a toolbox are given below. F9 functionality key. F9 means pointer to, and pressing Shift plus F2 you can rotate the document. Shift plus F3. Maximum it is in functionality F2, F3, F4, F5, F6, and its corresponding toolbox is given. For hand tool, Shift Alt plus drag left mouse button. Hand tool, Shift Alt plus drag left mouse button. For text tool, similarly Shift Alt F1, F2, F3, F4. The combination. Is it clear? So next we are going to see about usage of the tools box. Okay. Pointer tool, a toolbox it will appear and its cursor. Okay. So pointer tool is used maybe as important 5 mark question. Pointer tool used to select, move, and resize text, objects, and graphics. Next one is text tool. What is the use of text tool? Type, select, and edit text. That is, rotating tool helps to rotate objects. Cropping tool helps to crop the objects or trim imported graphics. Line tool is to draw straight lines in any direction. Constraint line, draw vertical or horizontal lines. Rectangle tool, draw squares and rectangles. Rectangle frame tool, create rectangular placeholders for text and graphics. Ellipse tool, draw circles and ellipses. Ellipse frame tool, similar to rectangular frame tool, create elliptical placeholders for text and graphics. Polygon tool helps to draw polygons. This also helps to create polygon placeholders for text and graphics. And tool used to scroll the page relatively to scroll bar. with the question can be asked in 1 mark. What is the alternative to scroll bar? You can click select and tool. Next one is zoom tool. Magnify. It is used to magnify or reduce an area of the page. It is used to magnify or reduce the page. Next, scroll bars. Scrolling is the process of moving up and down or left and right through the document window. There are two scroll bars, namely vertical and horizontal scroll bars. There are two, vertical and horizontal scroll bar. For scrolling the document vertically and horizontally. Next one is rulers. There are two ruler bars. One is at the top and the other is on the left side. Top and other on the left side. To show the ruler, similarly, view, click on show rulers or show ruler. To hide the ruler, view, hide rulers. Two more question. Okay. Next one is entering text in the document. Okay. How we are going to enter text for the particular document. In PageMaker, the text can be typed inside a text block. Text can be typed inside the text block. You must use text tool to create text blocks. After creating text block, you can type the text directly into the text block. As As the characters are typed, the flashing vertical bar called insertion point or I beam which moves to the right. When the text being typed reaches the end of the text block, PageMaker will automatically wrap the text to the next line. The enter key must not be pressed at the end of each line in the text block. The enter key may not be pressed at the end of each line. The enter key should be pressed only at the end of the paragraph. Only at the end of the paragraph or when the blank line is to be inserted. So with this 2.5, that is entering the text in the document. Text can be typed inside the text block. Where we have to create a text block, we have to create a text block using the text tool. After using the text tool, you can type the text directly into the text box. Insertion point will be appear or I-beam which moves to the right when you enter the text. PageMaker will automatically wrap the text to the next line. We need to press the enter key all the time. Only enter key is to be pressed if it is blank space is needed or an empty line is to be needed. Is it clear?